Hello, I'm Veronica Moody with the Rocky Mountain Medical Reserve Corps of Colorado. Today I'm going to be talking about maintaining health during emergencies and disasters. So, the very first thing we're going to talk about is medications, administration, and storage. So, make sure that you're able to administer your own medications or have someone in place to be able to do that for you. And then making sure that your storage options are similar to what you have at home. So, whether they're refrigerated or kept in cool, dry places or things like that, make sure that you're able to do that if you ever have to evacuate or be somewhere else than your home. So, we're going to talk about medical supplies and equipment. The first type is disposable or consumable supplies or equipment, which are things like your catheters, your wound care items, making sure that you have those in an emergency kit to bring with you if you have to evacuate. And then durable medical supplies and equipment, such as your wheelchairs, your canes, your walkers, and things like that. It's also a good idea to have replacements strategically placed in other places, just in case you get separated from those during an evacuation. You should also consider what you use for backup power for your life-sustaining equipment, things that you need like your refrigeration, your powered wheelchairs, and any other things that you use in your home that you might have to replicate when you get to another location or if the power goes out in your home. And you should also consider backup power for your life-sustaining equipment, so making sure that if the power goes out, you have an alternate source of power within your home. Healthcare services may not be available. Things like dialysis or cancer treatments may not be available at the usual times and places that you usually get them. So make sure you understand any of the alternative services or locations that you may be able to get during an emergency. If you're currently receiving behavioral health services, make sure you keep those appointments as well. And again, like we talked about before, looking for alternate locations if your services aren't available. If you suddenly find the need to have mental health, behavioral health services, please let someone know, such as the shelter staff, caregivers, or reach out directly to a behavioral health service. If you have home health services or personal assistance services, home health being medical, personal assistance meaning every activities of daily living, make sure that you plan with those services to make sure that they can either follow you to where you go if you're evacuated, or if you need to find different accommodations or different businesses that do that same service for you. If you find yourself in a shelter or have to go to a point of dispensing a pod where they give you medication, make sure that your information about the medications that you're receiving are accessible. Making sure that it's in your language. If you need pictures, if you need verbal instructions on medications, please make sure that happens. You should also think about trying to get 2 weeks of medications so that you can have those available just in case pharmacies are closed or you get separated from your medicine. So put those 2 weeks of medication in an emergency kit. If you follow all of these tips, you can maintain your health and chronic conditions during an emergency and be ready now.
University of Colorado's logo, gold and black CU, Center for Inclusive Design and Engineering. Woman with gray curly hair held up by a black headband, wearing glasses and a black and white giraffe print top. In the top left corner are the tops of mountains with a blue star beneath it and the text Rocky Mountain Medical Reserve Corps of Colorado. 5 half arrows of different colors arranged in a circle and pointing towards the center with the text Colorado Developmental Disabilities Council.